Hey everybody, welcome to my show, my little YouTube thing. I'm probably going to put this on other platforms. This is very long overdue. This video is about the unnameable, unmentionable uh, medical experiment intervention. Many people were coerced into getting this thing. The jibbyjabby. Okay, I got to be really careful with how I say everything here today, but hopefully it can seep through the cracks here and I can get to some people who need some help. Because as you guys know, most of you guys have seen, there's a lot of people with heart issues. Like I said, I can't say probably too much here, but a lot of people with heart issues, seizures, this, that, deaths, all sorts of things. People just seizing up, keeling over in the soccer fields all around the world from this diabolical thing. And if you were unfortunate enough to do this to yourself, it's okay. I got a lot of love for you, and this video is not to judge anyone. This video is solely to be here with some options for you guys, okay? And you know, the NWO, Nature's World Order, is always there. It always has your back, but you have to go, and you got to go all the way back to it for things to work. And it's really debatable in a lot of ways. I don't want to scare some of you guys, but in a lot of ways it's debatable how much you can actually, in some ways, reverse this thing, but in all the other ways, of course, you know, this creation is a yin and a yang thing. There's duality, and of course, there's the pendulum, right? So, you know, it is scary and frightening, the things that's going on with the DNA, right? And the RNA. But on the other side of that, nothing cannot be healed, okay? If you want it, you want it. It can be healed, it can be taken care of, okay? No matter how, you know, embedded this technology is within us. And guys, this technology is very, very for sure within us. I've got some friends who've gotten some samples done at some highly expensive and educated laboratories with some specialists and stuff, and you can see this technology in the cells, okay guys? So this is a very real thing. The shike protein, the protein, right? It's a real thing, and it's nothing to be afraid of. The number one thing that you got to do, number one, you got to be in that frequency of love, that vibration of love, the connection with your source of all life, the one source, the first source, not these other sources. You want to be embedded in this source of love, okay? You want to be keyed in with the signatures of nature. Okay, that's the number one thing if you're going to be trying to heal this, okay? And there's no trying in this healing, there's only doing. You have to do, basically, you have to go all the way here, and you're going to have to do, if you're having some of these really deep issues from this thing, which most people who seem to, who have gotten it, who are having issues, most of the issues are pretty serious, so let's get into the protocol. This is a general protocol for most people, okay? Most people should follow this stuff, and I hope that you'll get better, okay? Like I said, there's no guarantees when we're playing around with these sorts of things, unfortunately. But this is a general protocol, although for most people, though, I do like to look at their, I send a health assessment form out to every client that I have so that I can see what's going on with them. It's very in-depth, so I like to have that, and I like to also take pictures of the eyes. I do iridology. I'm a detoxification specialist and iridologist, so I specialize in detoxification. So I like to do that, and then I have a consultation with people, okay? Because everyone has a little bit of different things. Everyone has different issues. Everyone's had different lifestyles, and made different choices. So yeah, like I said, I specialize in detoxification. So let's, I'm not going to just stop and not include this unmentionable jibbity-jabbity thing, okay? Anything can be removed, so let's get into it without further ado. So number one, I would most importantly and most likely in most cases have the person on juices. All juices, almost all juices, okay? For the most part. Then I would have them almost entirely on fruits, because fruits are the most detoxifying things out there. They're the most energetic, they're the most alkaline, they're vibrating with the most life that helps remove things from your body more than vegetables. Vegetables will detoxify you, but if you've had this thing, you don't even want to play with the vegetables. You're going to want to go mostly on the citrus, guys, because the citrus has been shown to really get a lot of that graphene out, and a lot of it's been shown to really help with these sorts of things. So I would be hitting the grapefruits, the oranges, the lemons, the limes, okay? Also, I would hit the grapes, of course, the grapes, the watermelon juice, the yeah, anything that is just a watery fruits, papayas, watermelons, those are what you're going to want to be hitting, okay? But citrus, I really have to say citrus is the number one thing for this, okay? Fruit-wise. So you're going to want to be on fruits, and you're going to want to just learn how to be on fruits. And you're going to want to be educated. You're going to want to learn. I have a lot of videos about detoxification and these processes, okay? So you're going to want to, number one, get educated. You're going to want to get on the citruses. You're going to want to take some herbs, a lot of herbs, guys, a lot of herbs. So you're going to want to get as wild as possible with wild crafted herbs. You're going to want to get fennel is really good also for the for these proteins and things. So fennel is great. You're going to want to hit the rosemary if you can get fresh rosemary, dill, cilantro, parsley. Those are the only green things that I would be putting in your juicer, okay? Everything else, just fruit juices and fruits. And then you're going to want to have a bunch of dry herbs, okay? Dry herbs. And if you can, I would get on, basically for most people, just get the 14-week protocol by Dr. Morse, Dr. Robert Morse. That's my teacher. And that's a 3.5-month hardcore program, okay? That it's going to really take care of a lot of things, because it's, number one, it's going to take care of parasites, which everyone wants to take care of when they're learning how to detoxify their body. It's going to hit your liver, it's going to hit your whole system, and especially your kidneys, your bowels, and your, number one, your lymphatic system, okay? So the 14-week protocol is a really good one for someone who's just going to go after this. But if, like I said, if you need my help and you want a specialized, you want me to, hold space for you and take a, an in-depth look at you and get the best thing and make a personalized protocol, then you hit me up. I'm at rawvibranthealth@gmail.com. But yeah, you're going to want to get into the herbs, guys. You're going to want to get the kidneys going and hitting the lymphatic herbs very hard. If I had taken this thing, I would be getting on the bloodroot, which is, I think it's a little harder to obtain bloodroot now, just with the FDA and stuff. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that Dr. Morse has switched some of his herbs around. I've been using herbs from all over the world, so I'm a little, it's hard to keep in all of the loops all at once, So, yeah, I would get in on those herbs as much as you can. You always want to be supporting your kidneys if you're going to be taking lymphatic herbs. And the reason I say that lymphatic herbs are really important if you're having these severe issues is because the lymph system is like, basically it's your immune system. 75% of the fluid in your body is lymph fluid. Only about 25% of the fluid in your body is blood. And really the blood doesn't need to be cleaned, not to the extent that the lymphatic system needs to be cleaned. That's the number one thing, because that's your cells, that's your whole entire body, and that's where this stuff is going to be stuck in your whole entire system. And that's why we want to be pushing it out, moving that lymphatic system with these herbs, with these fruits, with these natural remedies from nature. Okay? So I hope this is making sense. I'm trying to make this as quickly and concise as I possibly can. So you're going to want to be getting on zinc, no doubt about that. And I highly recommend getting a plant-based, highly absorbable zinc. And the Global Healing, Dr. Group has a really good source of that he's gotten from some guava leaves, I believe. So I would get that. You could also get some chaga mushroom and drink a bunch of chaga mushroom tea, because chaga mushroom has a lot of zinc in it, and among other things. So the medicinal mushrooms are really good, and I'm actually going to get into more of that in a little bit here. But yeah, I would also juice a little bit of hot peppers with my herbs and my fruit juices, just to give a little bit of a little heat to kind of bring some of this stuff to the surface, hopefully. Like I said, hopefully, because it's like, you know, it's we don't really know exactly what's happening when this thing has been administered, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't go for it. You know, that doesn't mean that there's no hope. There's hope. If you want it, this is a universe where you create your own reality. If you want it, you want it, you want it, and you got it. And that's really how things work here on this planet. So don't fret. Don't fret. There's always hope for you guys. So let me continue. So of course you're going to want to get in on the pine needle tea. Okay? These pine needle tea, the one caveat, the one contradiction is if you're pregnant, you don't want to be doing this pine needle tea. It can really disrupt your birth process. But if you're not pregnant, I would go for the pine needle tea. Go harvest some pine needles, brew it up. Of course, research all these things. Okay? Research these things. Or if you need my help, I can kind of run you through this stuff. But this is just kind of the quick cut and dry. So the pine needle tea, it's not really certain if pine pollen will have the same effects, but it won't hurt if you can harvest some fresh pine pollen. That would probably be good too. I'm not sure about that. Okay. There's another thing that's from pines that is something that I have yet to try, and that my teacher isn't really into, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't help. Everyone has their own outlook, but there's something else that is from the pines, which I can't even really probably say the word, because I've seen how YouTube has just censored this subject for so long that I can't even say it. But it's like it rhymes with serpentine, but you put the T instead of the S. Okay, and I have not tried this. The reason being is because you have to get a very good source. It's from a tree. It's natural, guys. And I know that my teacher says that it's like paint thinner, but really it's a natural thing. And I know so many people who have gotten great results, and that's why I want to try it. But it has to be a certain type, and it has to be in a glass bottle, and it has to be... but you know what? If I had gotten this, I would be going and trying all the things I mentioned and some, including this thing that I'm trying to tell you, but I can't exactly come out and say it. There's so many things I want to just come out and say, but I can't, you know, which is unfortunate. But hey, we're ninjas, and we don't let anything stop us these days, you know. So I would be getting on the medicinal mushrooms. Like I said before, chaga is amazing. I would be getting on the reishi. I'd be getting on the turkey tail, cordyceps. I mean... lion's mane even. I would just be taking all the medicinal mushrooms that I could get because those are just shown to, I mean, it's mycelium. That stuff is just like, it has such an intelligence of its own, right? And there's been many C word benefits to alleviating that C word, okay, with those medicinal mushrooms, right? So I would be getting on medicinal mushrooms. I would be getting on some energy work. I would definitely recommend some cranial sacral therapy. I would recommend some Reiki with someone that you have a good feeling about. All of these things can help. And I would also recommend getting in with a body worker who's really skilled and who's like a real healer. That's what I would recommend, so that you can help bubble some of this stuff up to the surface that is keeping you bogged down. You know what I mean? The sunshine is number one, getting that vitamin D. If you are lacking in vitamin D and you have everything else right in your body, you're going to see that once you get that sunshine and once you get that vitamin D again, that was the missing link. That was the one missing link to everything else, you know? So getting in the sun, of course. I don't have to mention getting clean water, getting pure water. I don't care what kind of water you have, if it's distilled, if it's spring water, if it's Kangen, if it's whatever the heck it is, but the number one thing, obviously, I don't think I have to say it if you're at this point, that it has no fluoride, it has no chemicals, it has no birth control, it has no the stuff that's being sprayed up there. You know, water has all this stuff in it, guys. So you want to have clean, filtered water is the number one thing. You want to have fresh air. You want to be getting out into a cabin in the woods. You know, you want to be getting into healing mode. Like I said earlier, getting completely back into nature as much as you possibly can. As much as you possibly can if you really want to, if you want to live, you know. So a couple more things I want to mention. This one is one that I have, another one that I haven't done, but if I was in this situation, I would be doing this, I would be doing combo. I would be doing the combo from the frog, okay? If I was in dire situation, I would be doing the combo. And I know it's such a powerful thing. I haven't done it, and the reason why is because really it doesn't seem like a very humane process, the way that they extract this this stuff from the frog. And I'm really all about treating animals the best possible way. You know what, in this situation, if I was to have gotten that, believe me, I would have done the combo already. If I was trying to save my life, combo is powerful, powerful medicine, and I know many practitioners and people who have done combo. But like I said, I haven't done it just because I just don't think that it's right what they do to the frog. If you're a practitioner or a user of combo, no offense, it's just my personal preference. There's so many ways to heal, and for me, I'd rather do it in another way. And the final thing would be plant medicines. That's another thing that I would do if I had taken the jibbyjabby and I'm having all sorts of issues. Guys, plant medicines, if you do it in the right context, you do it in a spiritual manner, and you are present, and you're in the right setting, these plant medicines can really possibly be your best friend in this situation, if this is something that happened to you, okay? So I hope that this is going to resonate. I hope that this gets to you somehow, and I hope that you get your remedy and you get your healing. And there's always hope. It's never too late. You are always taken care for by nature. No matter how far we go back from nature, as long as we step our toes back into the river, right away we step our toes into the river, we rip our shirt off, we get into the mountain air, we start breathing that mountain air, you'll be surprised how quickly nature heals you. And I've seen this time and time again, every single time. It happens every single time. So sometimes you need to give it a little bit more time, and in this case, if you've gotten this, guys, this is a general little protocol. You know, this is a general, there's a lot of other things we could add. I'm trying to keep it short. But yeah, you might have to do some deep, committed, disciplined work if you want to reverse some of these side effects from this experiment, this unfortunate thing that's been unleashed on humanity. But you know what? It's all for the best. It's all for our own growth and learning. And yeah, no matter what reason it is that you got the thing, you're here now. You're on this video. You clicked on this, and you are waking up more and more, just like we all are. We're all on our own paths of awakening, and it's a beautiful thing, and we're just here to walk each other home. And yeah, this is Raw Vibrant Rejuvenation. I hope you got something out of this. Give me a like and subscribe. Give me a comment, shoot me some love, and yeah, if you need my help, like I said, just shoot me an email, and have your best life in these moments, in every moment. Live that best life. Live it today, live it tomorrow, live it in every now. Live your authentic, truthful, vibrant, healthy, bountiful, and wholesome life. May you achieve optimal health and wellness. I love you guys, and namaste. Can't turn it off.